welcome to our Google Sites classroom. If I have already added you to this template, to open it, to edit, go to your Google Site, or you can find this template, our class, through your Google Drive. You may also get this pen icon in the bottom right to click to edit. This is for you to edit. Now, if you are a teacher and want to make a copy to personalize for your classroom, you just go to these three dots here and then make a copy. Then you can title it and make sure you publish it when you're done. All right, here is our class, and you can use this template to change it, add your info. So I just want to go over how to do some of this if you are new. Now, if you want to start from scratch from your Google Sites, you will pick new, or they have some templates you can use, and then you can do everything else from what we are going to talk about. Okay, so now I am in my editing mode, which you will have entered. So again, to make a copy, you go here, make a copy. Ta-da. Once you are here, you can add your information. Just click anywhere to edit. You can add links and whatnot. Okay, you also have this menu that is handy. Now, if you want to not start with this one, you just grab these dots and you could drag your sections. So the first task that I have for my students will be to practice using Google Sites to make sure they can do it. So I have some tips here that you can leave or delete. So if you wanted to delete anything from your template, well, which will be yours, you can just go here. It will delete the whole section. Now, if you're like, oh no, I did not mean to do that, we have our undo and redo right here, which is wonderful. Okay, so we will go over things like embedding. So if you wanted to embed your syllabus, or if your students wanted to embed a Google Doc, we will discuss some of that. But here is just for your home page to get started. Some things you can change. So if you're using different chapters, just go here, change the text however you want. There's headings, subheading. All right, to change pictures, I have them in here. So here you would have your whole box, depending on how you click it there. So you probably don't want to delete your whole box. If you just want to change your picture, you can delete it. You can replace image. Upload would be from your computer, and select image. You can then enter Google image search and search. You might just want to check it's copyright. All right, so this part you can add about yourself. Now I have already entered the layouts from this side. So you can just click on the plus, again, upload from your computer. I like to pull pictures onto my desktop just for easy uploading. You can also drag them in, but if you drag in a photo, it'll probably open in its own section, say right here. But you can drag any of these things anywhere. Okay, so wherever your stuff opens, just play with that. Recenter. Okay, so you'll do that. Talk about yourself if you want. Here's another video. I love this guy's videos about how to make your Google website. Some sites, some pictures. Okay, I have my menu bar on the top. So you're going to have your heading, say you want a different country. To change your background here, change image, and then again, upload or select. That's it. Okay, and I have this theme, but over here, and there's pictures about all this on the first page, but you can go to themes just so you know the theme is going to change the whole website. So a lot of times my students will change the theme for the whole website, which is actually kind of fun. Never know what you're going to find. The task for this one is to introduce yourself in Spanish, in our case, upload your photos, feel free to change your background. Again, it is a nice way to learn these digital skills. And even though I have the tutorial pictures on the first page, I like to kind of re-put them here for easy access. Going into how to select a picture, here, there's already the plus with the layout I chose. how to write about yourself, change the background. To change the background on these sections here, you would just go to section, you can pick a color, image, and again, select or upload. From select, you'll want to go to search. That's what I like to search. Okay, now it's important just to know, I always want to make it clear, this undo, redo. Okay, so here is my little introduction to give an example. I think they don't have to use their own pictures, but to really get to know each other, which is part of the point, it's nice. So these are a couple of my own, but then my hometown and some interests. Okay, now I just put in their section. I made one and then just duplicate, whatnot. So they can undo that for you. Okay, so it's ready for them. But later on, they will learn how to make their own web page, their whole web page. All right, so that is ready. I have here, 20 spots. So if you have less students, just come here and delete. If you have more, duplicate. You can change the color, change the theme. All right, so their next task later, going with our unit, would be, don't want to make you dizzy by moving too fast, is traveling. We have a traveling section. So here, each student is going to have a page, which they can find and add their name and whatnot. But first, I have the directions. So let's travel, of course, use your target language. So a little video about how to do all this. Okay, so this chapter is Come With Me Too, and they're going to have their city. So we're slowly gonna go over directions, location, then into over a few weeks into restaurants, lodging, travel up by airplane, whatnot. Okay, so I mean, you want to make sure everything's clear. So here is how to find their page, right? So I went to that left, let's travel, that let's travel, and they could go to their page. Or what I have here in this image is going to pages, and they would go here and find their name. All right, here's an example of what the first section will look like, but whichever city they want. So I have the steps. They're going to choose their city, research it, embed a map, describe location. So again, I want to kind of make sure this is all clear. And here's just some more. I include the links for them to go when they look at activities or restaurants. These ones are for activities. I have the link here in Spanish in the target language to make sure that they can do the research in the target language. It's not always easy to find the proper website. All right, so let's go over some of these tools. Let's be the student. Okay, so they're here. Again, I put this template in, which you'll have if you make a copy of this, change it as you want. An insert is where we have all our options. So say they don't want to use what I have here. They want to just go straight to adding a map of their country. So they would go to, in their city, they would go to map, enter it in. Let's go with Ciudad de Mexico. Now I want to zoom out because for the other students as well to really show where this is. Okay, so you have it in context. All right. You could switch the whole language of your Google Sites into your target language. But for now, especially this is beginner level, it's nice to make sure just the technology part, right, is clear. Okay, so again, I'm not using this layout I already put in. So I don't have the plus to add my picture. Well, just double click, okay, which I have shown in that first page. So you double click, you can add your text. Double click, you can add your picture. Google search if you want, okay, or drag in. And then you can move things around. Oh, I don't want my text there. I want it under here. Or I want, so under here would be like that. Or I want gotta kind of click things to get exactly what you want. I want it here, okay? Now, again, you could use anything from this right. menu. So if I wanted text, so I can just go over here, click text, it's going to create its own section. But it's like, I wanted it in this box. Well, we can drag it. Okay, that's text, that's images. If you want to embed a YouTube video about the city, which I suggested to try, you can go here and enter your embed code or the link from YouTube. Or we have a YouTube option if you want to search, although I recommend them looking on YouTube first to double check the video. Because if I just say Ciudad de Mexico and search, I can't really explore them too well. Okay, but there, I've just embedded it. Okay, more things you can just play with, but you can add Google Slides if they've already made a presentation collaboratively and now they want to share it with everyone because everyone is using this website. They can just embed it by clicking here and choosing it. Okay, if you have a Google Form survey, if they're making surveys, you have that right here. So you'll make it outside, but click these to embed them. All right, lots of options. Now, again, the main thing here is just knowing you can slide things around. You can delete things. You can do a lot. And now I want to get rid of whatever changes I just made on this page. So I'm undoing. Now, another thing that is important for students is, oh, it won't let me undo more. So there we go, is to make sure they publish, to make it visible to everyone. So they'll just go to publish. It shows them their changes, publish. All right. And you can actually also go on, if you want to see what your students' changes are, or if they've had a mistake, you could go back to when they did it, copy it, and then move it back if there was an issue. When you want to add your students to the website for the teachers watching, you would go to share with others and put in their email. All right. Okay, well, if you're curious at any time how this is looking, because sometimes it'll change a little full screen, you can just press preview and there you have it. You can see what it looks like. Okay, now here are just lots of options of things you can add, but we won't go into that right now, and some activities. Okay, now I have this template with these pages. Say you don't need all these students. Well, you can just click on it and you can delete the page, properties to change the name of the page. Also, sometimes I'll even just put the students' names in there. Okay, you can duplicate it. So in this case, I just duplicated once I had it set up. All right, you don't have to redo it. Okay, well, I think that covers it. If you wanted people to just, the public to view, or the school to view the website, when you can get copy the link. All right, you'll want to make it viewable, but for editing, you have to actually share it with them and add them by email. All right, well, email me if you have any questions. Thank you. Goodbye.